What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so shout out to the brother Gregory for sending this to me, man. So this is just an example of what I'm talking about when it comes to these LeBron fans, man, and how disingenuous they are. All right. Um, we all know that one of the knocks on LeBron James is that he does not show any loyalty. He shows no loyalty to any NBA franchise. And I'm not saying that necessarily that players should prioritize staying with one franchise over their career if uh, the loyalty is not shown in kind from the organization to them, right? So that in itself isn't a criticism, but it's the other aspects of LeBron's personality which show that he only truly cares about himself, and maybe his family. That's about it. Uh, he could give a damn about his teammates. He has no problem having a role player take the blame for something that a superstar should be held responsible for. He's the one that made that acceptable. So you see this ridiculous posting here, right? And it says rings won with drafted team. So I guess somehow now, if you don't win a championship with a team that drafted you, then it shows that you're not loyal, because the implication is that, hey, the team that I'm on isn't good enough for me to win. So let me force my way off this franchise and go to a winning organization or a winning situation, which is exactly what LeBron James did and has done constantly throughout his career. This is the deflection tactics that these guys do. They make up an alternate reality. So you see LeBron won, Kobe none, Shaq none, Russell none, Dirk none, Kawhi none, Garnett none, Durant none. That is loyalty. Oh my God, man. How do these people live with themselves, man? So, they talked about the fact that Kevin Durant, who was drafted back in 2000 and I think it was 2007, was it? With the OKC Thunder. He never won a championship with them. Kevin Garnett was drafted back in 1995 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And of course, never won a championship with them. Now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, wait, Kawhi did win a championship with the Spurs, but he wasn't drafted by them. He was drafted by the Pacers, who I believe almost immediately traded him to the Spurs. So that was out of Kawhi's control. And Kawhi Leonard was not nearly the player that he became at that time. Matter of fact, if I remember correctly, he was more of a defensive-oriented guy. A lot of us know that Dirk was initially drafted by the Bucks before, I think on draft day, or it was a couple days later. I can't remember whether it was draft day or a couple days later. He was traded to Dallas in exchange for the late Robert Tractor Trailer. Okay? And you might be saying, wait a minute. How's Russell at 0? He won 11 championships with Boston. Well, Russell was actually initially drafted. Oh, by the way, Kawhi, I think, was drafted 2000 and was it 11? I think. Dirk 1998, the 98-99 abbreviated season. Russell was drafted back in 1956, I think. But he was initially drafted by the St. Louis Hawks. And then ultimately, his pick was traded to the Boston Celtics. Shaq, of course, drafted in 1992 by the Orlando Magic. He went to an NBA Finals, but that won a championship. And Kobe, as we all know, all of us who were there, he was actually drafted by the Charlotte Hornets and then traded pretty much via Divock to the Lakers. So this is the technicality these guys use. In reality, Kobe has 5 championships, Shaq has 4, Russell has 11, Dirk has a title, courtesy of LeBron James. Kawhi has 2, one of them courtesy of LeBron James. Garnett has a title while he pulverized LeBron along the way. And Durant has 2, with both of them going through LeBron. So it's like, you see how these guys are? LeBron's anything but loyal. Anything but loyal. Now with Bill Russell, he played in an era where players didn't really have much freedom as far as where they could go. You know, these guys had longer contracts, and pretty much the only option you had as far as leaving the organization is retiring, or they'll waive you or trade you. That's about it. But you really couldn't, you didn't have free agency like that. You know, that didn't start until what, 1977? And salute to Oscar Robertson for helping that to start. Oscar Robertson, guys like Lenny Wilkins, may he rest in peace. Those are some of the guys that helped to put all these things in place for us. It's just that some of these guys, they are abusing the shit to death. But yeah, man, it's got to be called out, bro. LeBron is loyal to himself and only himself. Okay? He got his son in the NBA right now on a guaranteed contract that he doesn't deserve. He's already, from the G League, he's already sending out little subliminals that, oh, I might want to go to Cleveland. I mean, nobody wants to deal with that shit, man. If you're with the Lakers organization, you're already like, man, here he come with his bullshit, man. He's toxic, man. Just go away, bro. And I wish his fans would sometimes go away, man. There's some, LeBron fans, what I'm saying, it's cool. And they understand, it's just a game. But some of these dudes, man, my God. Ridiculous. Loyalty. Come on, man. It's the last guy. How do these people sleep at night, man? Anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.